Hey, what's up? This is DJ Prostyle.
And this is Penny Dellas.
And this is Teach Me Something.
Brought to you by Berkeley College. All right.
We are back.
We are back. And in this episode of Teach Me Something with
DJ Prostyle
and Penny Dellas.
That's right.
We are sitting down with the one and the only Maria Rivera, Director of Continuing Education at Berkeley College, with over 15 years of expertise across management, sales, tech, project management, web development. The list goes on. I think we would be here for 2 more days if we spoke about all of her accolades.
I think we're going to need another podcast.
I think we're going to need an episode too. But let's give a warm welcome to Maria Rivera.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Penny. Hi, DJ.
Hey.
I'm excited to be here today. Thank you.
Excited to have you here.
Yes, of course.
And I told, as soon as I saw her, I said, I remember you. And you asked a question at our launch party.
From the live events. Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
She's like, you remember that? I was like, sometimes I remember things.
He remembers things time and time again.
Here and there.
It was a memorable episode. It was a beautiful day.
It was great.
It was excellent launch.
Thank you for coming to it also.
It was lovely. It was really great. Thanks.
Oh, see testimonials live in action. So, María, tenés más de 15 años de experiencia in management, sales, training, tech. What first inspired you to dedicate a career to education and professional development?
Well, when I think of this question, Penny and DJ, I get really excited because, I grew up in the Bronx and I grew up in an underserved community, and the school was a magical place for me. The teachers were amazing. I love the history and the English and the books. The books were VR of those days, right? You read a book and you could transform yourself and go somewhere else, right? But not only that, these teachers would take us on these different school trips, like the planetarium or the Museum of Natural History.
Sure.
So, and what I loved about that was that seeing those places really showed me the opportunities that existed beyond what I saw in front of me. And that was exciting. So I ended up going to, college, right? I was the first person to graduate from college in my family. Very proud of that, as a business education teacher at Lehman College. So that's what really got me excited about education, seeing the magical power of education transporting me from where I was to where I wanted to go. That was extraordinary. And then I think about professional development and how did I get excited about that? Well, I've had the great privilege of working for some amazing industries, the accounting industry, the financial management industry, the real estate industry, the pharmaceutical industry, the telecommunications industry. And in all these industries, I encountered great professional development training. And I participated in some of those training programs. So that's what inspired me to continue and focus on career education and professional development.
We're just in awe
Yeah.
of your entire trajectory.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I've worked very hard.
I love it. And, CE is often described as the bridge between where people are and where they'd like to be. So how do you see its role evolving in the world of today?
Well, I have to tell you, it's playing, I think, a significant role. And it's moving from a bridge between the people and where they want to be. And it's taking the place of a lifelong partner in professional growth. That's what it is right now. It is playing such a large role in that space. So some folks who are either moving from careers, right, or they want to enhance their skill sets in an existing job, it's playing that continuous learning role for them. It's getting them where they want to be. But even more important are the opportunities there are for professional development and continuing education. So, for example, they're learning informally. They're learning through these beautiful podcasts that you guys have put together, right? They're learning in universities. They're learning in different platforms. So it's all this continuous educational learning opportunities that are being provided for the learners of today.
There's so many more platforms today versus back
you're
in the
right,
days.
DJ, you're right.
And ways to learn and ways to, people are getting certificates online and they're going to college online these days.
That's right.
Versus back in the days, right?
That's right. And DJ, what I love about what you're saying is that they're also reinventing themselves with, a course a certificate that may take, such as a Berkeley College. We have extraordinary stackable credentials, certificates in AI and machine learning, graphic design, a plethora of topics, interior design. but people are taking these certificates, mastering these topics, and then going to this next place. So you're right. It's not just the traditional, but all these other types of ancillary programs that are out there to really lift people up and get them to where they need to go.
We love that. A couple of weeks ago, we had Shelley Wade,
Oh,
the
I love
one and
Shelley.
only Shelley Wade
Yes,
here on
yes,
the pod.
yes.
And she spoke about her certificate
Yeah.
in entrepreneurship
Yes,
that
yes.
she's taking. And she's so excited about finishing that certificate and accomplishing that. And what many may not know is that part of what you do is also working with our corporate learning partnership
Yes.
team,
Yes.
as well as the marketing team. So we work together
Yes.
all of the time
Yes.
in creating these holistic partnerships, right? And iHeart is one of those partners. New York City FC with Major League Soccer, we're the official higher education partner there. And you curate these professional development programs
Yes.
for these organizations. So speak to us a little bit of that approach on creating programs that truly serve learners and industry needs.
So there is a very comprehensive approach to delivering those types of programs. And I do want to start off with that since I have, the honor of working with some amazing faculty at Berkeley College who are also industry leaders, right? And they have a great pulse of what's happening in the industry. And also, there are advisory boards and all of that who are folks who are giving advice in terms of what's happening in the industry. So that's really exciting. But then let's dive a little bit into that. So then what I do then, when I have a professional development opportunity, such as with the New York City Football Club, they came to us. I get a chance to work with the senior manager of human resources. And, they wanted something very custom. They wanted leadership training for skills to increase the skills of new managers. Remember when you were an individual contributor and you need to get to that next level? We were able to design with our faculty member a program, 2.5 hour workshops to help bring people up to skill with those types of skills they need to develop. So recently we were just at the New York City Football Club last Monday and Wednesday, and we delivered a program to a group of their wonderful employees with Arturo Carmona, who works with us from the Larry L. Lewing Business School. And we delivered a great program. We got great feedback, and it was interactive. And we had role plays. So we developed those types of custom programs that truly help someone gain the skills to get to the next level.
Yeah,
it really is fascinating.
It's really fascinating how many different things you have to really be able to work with, essentially, and to touch on. And do you find yourself constantly learning as well as you're getting into these different things?
Yes, and DJ,
tackling different projects and different things.
Actually, that's a really great point. I have an extensive background in training and development, so I have a lens on different things from the instructional design to the delivery to the designing materials, all these different things. But in terms of keeping up to date, I absolutely keep up to date, and I'll tell you how I do it too. So I do take courses.
Instagram?
No, well, Instagram can be used. I'm sure
I've learned so much, by the way, on this watching Instagram and TikTok.
Do not get Prostyle started on YouTube.
Forget it. I'm doing water fast. I'm building things. Oh, YouTube? Forget about it.
Not the water fast. We're not going back to that.
We're not
I love what you're saying, though. So I know the informal learning. Well, there's a place for that as well. Absolutely. But I did take, for example, I got a certificate in AI for educators, right? I need to know how to use that, how to position that. But so I take courses like that. I'm also up to date with my Scrum Master certification, right? Because you have to have certain credentials to continue that certification. So to answer your question, I do a variety of things. Oh, and the other thing is I belong to so many professional organizations, such as the Society of Human Resources Development, right? So then I get a good lens and a good understanding of what's happening in that space. How are people getting really used to keeping current in HR, right? That's important. Mm-hmm. I belong to the Project Management Institute. I love project management, right? Nothing like, I'm sure this
I'm
program.
taking the AI certification
right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing, right?
Yep.
So there's a lot of things that I do. I belong to the Executive Women's Group of New Jersey. I'm going to meet with the Lieutenant Governors of New Jersey today. So I will learn her leadership things and, carry that back. So I'm absorbing training in many different ways.
Maria lives on tour. For those of you, I rarely see her on campus. She's always somewhere, but on her LinkedIn, it's a tour. 5 events a day. I don't know how you do it all.
I don't know
and
either.
Dr. Baral, she was here too, and she's always on
amazing.
Tour.
No, it's true. I think what moves us and motivates us, the idea of capturing something that you hear and then bringing it back. into a training program, to a colleague. That's exciting to me.
That's impressive.
I know, right?
I'm not part of anything.
What are you talking about?
Just playing.
You're part of everything,
Yes.
bro.
But it's really impressive.
You've spoken at major conferences like AT&T HACEMOS
Yes.
Leadership to the International Institute for Learning. What topic has resonated with you the most? And I think I know, but let's see.
I think you know too. But here's the thing: whether it's
let's teach Pro something today.
Teach me something.
Okay, whether it's a VR topic or a leadership topic, let me tell you what makes it resonate with people, though. So I have to think about something that the audience may not know with something that they need to know, right? So, for example, when I was doing a training on the virtual reality, which was extraordinary, that those sessions that I conducted, those conferences. So it's basically letting people know, listen, you know Van Gogh, you know Starry Night. Imagine stepping into Starry Night. How can you do that? You can do that by getting a headset, putting it on, and traveling into that image. That's extraordinary because, I'm taking something they know and showing them something they don't know and bridging that together. That's really cool. That's where it really happens. The magic happens.
The wheels are turning for a marketing campaign. Let's get back to...
Oh, I did want to show another VR example because I get so excited about this.
Sure.
This you'll love. So imagine that you are traveling to Italy or Dominican Republic or wherever, and you want to take a group of people with you. In a VR headset, you can do that. And it's such a beautiful thing. It's being anywhere in the world, but yet being together.
Yeah.
And again, connecting with something people know. They know travel. They know the Colosseum in Rome. And then you tell them, look, you have a tool that you can use to get there. Without spending any money.
Without leaving here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. You could be there without leaving here.
Thank you. And collaborating with the people that you're with.
Yeah.
And really bonding with those people. That's extraordinary.
And that would really save some money.
Green screens.
I'm going to drop this on my wife later. You know how you wanted to go in here? We're going to VR our way there with the kids. And invite your mother, too. She can come with us. VR
we can afford the whole family.
Everyone's getting these VR headsets. Where do you want to go next? So have we touched on technology reshaping education every day?
One of the things that excites me right now, Penny knows I'm into a lot of different things. Well, I just picked up a pair of the Meta glasses, the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, and they are extraordinary. What we can do from a training perspective with those glasses, hands-free, creating video that's like 1080, high quality, high audio, but the idea that you could use it for leadership training and coaching, and you can create videos. It just does so many things, not to mention the AI component where I could go to a museum or anywhere and say, what is that? What am I looking at, Meta? And it'll tell me. It is extraordinary technology. That is one of the technology pieces that I'm excited about right now. El futuro.
El futuro es tecnología.
Sí.
It's really what it is.
Mm-hmm.
See, we listened to our live podcast. They asked for some Spanglish.
I know. I see. You're dropping it in.
We're dropping it in there.
Right from the very beginning, I knew
we're
where this was going.
We're plugging it in. Listen, the listeners, they dictate what we do here.
That's right.
So for listeners who may be mid-career professionals, what advice would you give about embracing continuing education?
Well, the advice I would give again, it's the lifelong partner for personal growth and professional growth. And what's cool about the mid-career person is that they already have a lot of knowledge. Mm-hmm. So bundle that with new skill sets, right? It's a powerhouse combination, right? They've already been successful at a job or doing something, reinventing themselves. They get a chance to reinvent themselves again with continuing education. And they get a chance to show wherever they are that they are up to date with the skill sets they need to be aligned with the mission of that organization. It really is a powerful way of staying current. Continuing education is a powerful way to stay current with trends, with knowledge. And also, think about it. Continuing education is, yes, it's professional, but then you could learn how to increase your leadership skills, right? Your collaboration skills. There's so many other things that it helps with.
I mean, there's no end to learning, right?
No, I love what you said, DJ, because today, most important than ever before, there is no end to learning. It's a continuous need, and it's a continuous thing that you need to continue to fulfill.
Yeah.
Because it will help you either personally or professionally. It is.
Just so much information out there and so many ways to learn these days. Do you think there's too much information, by the way? Like out there on the internet? Because there's so much conflicting things.
There's misinformation.
There's misinformation, right?
You know?
And I think that's an interesting comment because there is a lot. But if you stay focused on what you're trying to learn and you identify something that you could do, one thing that you could do, I agree with you. There is a lot coming at us. But if we could identify training organizations or training programs, whether they be more of an informal but still validated and credit, then you can get to the next place easily, right? But if you don't take time to think about, do a little research, right? So what programs are the most successful? What do you see people commenting more about? A learning transformation, right? That's what you need to pay attention to. What programs people are using to get to that next level. And I did want to touch upon that because at Berkeley College, my programs are certificates in continuing education, are stackable credentials. Now, stackable credentials means that students, once they finish those 4 course certificates, they can go on to a degree program, right? And what's exciting about that is that they've already earned certain college credits, 12 college credits, 18 college credits. But I have to tell you something that I'm very proud about is that the students who say to me, even before they're finished with a certificate program, Maria, how can I then enroll in a degree program? What do I need to do? And I hear over and over again, because I'm in touch with these students, of course, how much they appreciate the programs, what they've learned about the programs, the comprehensive nature of the programs. And you may know already, DJ, that we have an award-winning online platform. So we're providing great education. And I have a good pulse on that, so I know what that is. So I'm very proud to say that these students are appreciating our great programs. But it goes back to, are you doing your research? What programs are working well for people? What programs do you see people learning from, getting excited, getting to that next level in their career also? How were they able to get to the next place in their career by taking one of our programs, things like that.
I always envision a staircase.
Yes. And you know what? I get to hear it over and over again. People ask me, why do you get so excited about your 4-credit stackable credentials? Because I hear firsthand from the students. Right now, a group of students just finished, just now, in June, right, for the spring semester. I get to hear that personally. That does get me excited.
I was going to say, that's what you do it for, right? Those moments?
Yes, you're right, because I know that they have had a good experience. They've learned what they've come to learn, and that's a tremendous thing. That doesn't happen every day. So that is something to be really appreciative.
I love that.
That's awesome.
Which brings us to our close.
Mm-hmm.
Pro, you want to ask or you want me to ask?
What, the question?
Yeah.
I mean, you could ask. Go ahead.
All right.
You sound so good doing it.
If you could describe your Berkeley College experience in one word, what would that word be?
Well, I have to say, I thought about this word question. I'm thinking the word is inspiring, and I'll tell you why. Mm-hmm. I just gave you an example about the day-to-day that I get to talk to the students, how they're doing, helping them achieve success. That's a big deal. But I also love working, getting to know the degree students. I get to know them because Berkeley College offers a lot of opportunities for experiential learning and volunteerism, and I get to meet them sometimes at the early stage of their career, of their trajectory at Berkeley College. And what's extraordinary, and I've told this to Penny many times, so I go to the graduation and I see these folks that I've met early on through volunteerism, because I like to meet people and learn what they're up to. And then I see them walk across the stage. I see them coming in with their families. That is inspiring.
It's
extraordinary.
Gratifying.
Yes.
As well.
Right?
It's
right?
emotional.
Right.
It's beautiful. Pro, was that commencement this year?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
And
right?
It must be really good to actually see and bringing in their families is like
and bringing
you
their families.
See what they're working so hard for,
Yeah.
and you kind of like envision everything, and you know that person to a certain extent. So that's great.
And you see them in the beginning of their
when they
experience
first come
at
into
Berkeley
that
College.
journey. Yeah.
And again, I'm on the continuing education side, but since I volunteer and do other things, I get to meet all these wonderful students, and create relationships. It's really an amazing thing, and it is really inspiring.
It's a big day. It's our Super Bowl.
Have you kept in touch with some students that have gone on and become extremely, whether they're extremely successful or not in the field that they were going after?
Yes, I've stayed in touch with the students, and I see them, and sometimes I see them here. Some of the students are online, and they're like from Tanzania and Italy, and I don't see those students. But some
you could virtually.
But virtually, I could actually. I could. You're absolutely right, DJ. You're absolutely right, DJ. We should do something like that. It's a great idea.
I'm going to Greece later.
See?
But I see, and I stay in touch. And the interesting thing is that the moments we have together are when we do these volunteer assignments together, you bond with people. Sometimes I see Penny, I'm working in New York, I get a hug from someone, or I'll get someone calling me, oh, Maria, we met here. What do you think about this? So, yes, it's nice to stay in touch with them. Absolutely.
That's probably what keeps you going like that, right?
It really does. It really does because, it reinvigorates, your energy, and it reminds you that this person is doing well, and you played a small part.
A role
I play a role,
a
small part, but yeah.
So I'm sure there's people out there listening right now, and they're inspired, and they would love to get in contact with you and look into more things that they could do. How could they go about doing that?
Oh, it's a great question. They can email me.
Mm-hmm.
A very easy email. It's maria-rivera11@berkeleycollege.edu.
Yep.
Yeah. And if they want to take a closer look and take a deep dive at these programs that we have on our continuing education website, they can go to ce.berkeleycollege.edu.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, we do, from time to time, have a series on the Berkeley College Instagram called Be Live.
Oh,
and
yes.
we've had that on Facebook where
Yes.
Maria comes in and speaks with different professors. We've had Julia Hutchinson on the podcast, Dr. Melissa Baralt, and some of them come in and speak about the different concentrations and certifications you can take. So also, I would recommend following Berkeley College. Going under our link tree, we have many things linked there for your convenience.
That's a great idea.
Now,
That is an excellent idea.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. Going back to our live podcast
Yes.
launch party,
Yes.
Maria was there, right? And she
Yes.
asked a question. But this was in a room full of a bunch of people, and you kind of had the time, and somebody was passing the mic around. But now that we're here and we have a little bit of time
we
left,
flipping
we
the
are
table?
Flipping, teach me something to ask me something.
We're bringing in the segment, Maria.
And you basically could ask Penny anything you want to ask her right now.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. All right.
All right.
No, me as well. But no, it'd be interesting because I know you asked a question there.
Sure. So my question is, being a lover of project management, what are how did this project that you came up with, this innovative strategic project, what was the thing that you did first to have it go forward?
Well, I'll take it. So basically, I went to, I went to Berkeley College, right? And I went to the offices, and I was like, I have this idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I think we should do a podcast to spread awareness to all the people out there and all the amazing things you're doing here. And
we
Penny
said,
happened to be walking
wow.
by the hallway.
Crazy.
And she was like, hey, aren't you Prostyle from the rest? I am.
I was like,
I'm
oh my
gonna
God,
do
I
a
used to watch you
podcast."
on 106 in Park.
By the way, look at her
Wow.
face. Look at her face. This is totally, I'm just making this up as
That's
we
right.
go.
Sure,
No, I'm playing. So go ahead. Obviously, Penny could be more
Well,
in
this
depth on
was
this.
a concept that actually derived from many things.
Mm-hmm.
We've spoken about it before, about our almost 20-year partnership with iHeart.
Mhm.
And we always go through contract season and what can we do that's innovative and different. And we came up with, hey, let's do a podcast because we had the media communications degree rolling out. And they said, do you have a concept? And I said, actually, I do. So this concept has lived in the back of my brain for quite some time because we do the Comunidad Educación y Cultura events
And
for
those are
Hispanic
great.
Heritage Month on campus.
Those are excellent.
And that event holds a few panels, and it's about aspiring to inspire. And it's more or less, si yo puedo, tú también puedes,
Sí,
right?
sí se
Through
puede, yeah.
through our inspiration, empowering our communities. So that built with students have requested having a podcast on site, built with experiential learning. That was the concept rolling around. And the beautiful Carolyn Whitman,
Yeah.
shout out to Carolyn. We sat down, Victoria thought we were nuts. And we spent about a month doing the brainstorming and
Okay,
building
a
kind
month,
of what
that's-
this pitch
okay.
would be.
Mm-hmm.
And Carolyn brought it to iHeart. So that was step one, my crazy brain. And then Carolyn paired together. We're extremely nuts. But as you can see, we're very creative. So that's how it came about. In terms of, you're thinking more logistics, right, of what we do.
Yes,
on a
and
weekly?
how did you decide the 30 minutes format? That was what you were going to do.
So the 30-minute format actually comes from WOR. So on Sundays, we have a 30-minute broadcast that's just audio that airs on Sundays. So that is why the 30 minutes are in place.
Okay.
So YouTube and podcast streaming sometimes can go over that 30. So when Peter does his magic and Liam does their magic, and they send it over, and I have so much fun with the power of the edit.
I'm learning something, by the way, today
it's
as well.
Pro's looking at me like, what are you talking about right now?
That's why it's 30 minutes?
So
this is on the radio?
So yes, on Sundays on WOR.
I
just learned this today.
So there are
Shout out to everybody listening, follow me on Instagram.
So there are certain restrictions and certain regulations that we have to meet because there are multiple parties, multiple brands.
Yes.
Right? So we have a beautiful project manager, Jill, who came in because I was project managing, and she took over, a godsend for us. And she keeps us all in check, and she navigates between the Berkeley Marketing Communications Office and then at iHeart, all of the people. Okay. So it's KTU because that is the brand where Prostyle resides. Yep. And then we have WOR, we have our digital team, we have our producers. Tony's somewhere listening to us. There's national teams. There are many teams. And Jill and Victoria navigate those waters. We joked around at the live that I send how many emails? 32 emails a week. There's a lot of emails. So it's a lot of many logistics and we're going off kind of like a long-winded answer to say there are many faces and many names that collaborate on this project and bring it to what it is.
It sounded way easier and better when I said it was my idea, right?
Yeah, I think
I know, right? This was we may not even use this. I don't know.
It was my idea, thanks.
But we may just go with your answer and just keep that in the edit.
No, but what I love about your answer also is the showing the power of collaboration.
Correct.
Because all of these that
would have been a better answer. It's a collaborative effort.
Just beautifully, orchestrated, and they're so impactful. I listen to them, and I'm doing other things, and they're memorable, and you're making a big difference. So thank you for that.
Oh well, thank you.
So Gigi, for example, I know you answered a question at the launch about the music you listen to get you in the mood.
Oh yeah.
But
playfully, right?
Playfully,
I've
right?
never heard that song not once.
Eye of the Tiger.
In this room to pump you up.
No. I listen to it before I come into the building.
You didn't say that at the launch. He started singing it and everything. All right.
So go ahead.
So my question is, when you're having, it could be a tough morning, it could be traffic, it could be for any reason. Is there someone that you think of that creates that little energy that you need just to get over?
Well, for me, there's nobody I have to think of. I wake up my kids wake me up every day.
Oh,
so my motivation is right there. Right?
Oh, it's amazing.
So
okay,
I take them to school every day. So like whether it's now in the summer taking them to camp or when school starts because my wife works during that time.
Yes.
That's my motivation right there. So whether I'm having a good day or a bad day, I never put that out on the kids. So whether I want to get up or not, I still have to get up.
Sure.
I've kind of just always been this kind of like just get it done person. I never like drag anything or it's like, if you got to do it, just do it.
Just do it. I love it. Yeah, just do it.
So, I'm just do it, right? So I'm kind of like always a positive somewhat person, I want to say. So I've been blessed enough to not have that negative energy that I know some people have.
Yes.
No matter what. It's not like, things are always great, but yeah, I think my motivation obviously is my family. My kids. That's what makes me stay out late at night doing clubs. Would I rather stay home? Absolutely. But that's the motivation for them to have more in life.
How about yourself, Penny? Is there someone you think of when you're having
coming into the podcast?
Yeah.
He's laughing because I call Pro
yeah.
on my way into the station. But no, it depends on the day. So while I'm a very optimistic person and I'm positive most of the time, we all have those days where, things happen in our personal lives and we feel a little down. And I said during the live episode, Hold On by Wilson Phillips just changes my mood.
Yes.
Or, some NSYNC or something like that. But if you don't want to listen to anything, sometimes I call Pro, we go over the things. And it's beautiful to come into this project and work with someone that has great energy and we complement each other very well. And we've learned a little bit about each other where we can tell when someone's off and we just talk it out and move forward.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you for sharing.
Aww.
I appreciate it.
Well, Maria, gracias por enseñarnos algo, for teaching us something today and reminding us that education does not end with a degree, but it is a lifelong journey.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. This was fantastic. Thank you.
No, thank you for being here on Teach Me Something.
With Penny Dellas.
And DJ Prostyle, presented by
Berkeley College. Tune in next time.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, that was awesome.
Hey, thanks for listening. Tune in next week
for all new episode of Teach Me Something.
Brought to you by Berkeley College.